The World Baseball Classic is ripping, so let's go ahead and predict what the 2030 Team USA roster could look like. 30 people on the roster. Me and James are going to go through the names, the players, the possibilities, and give you a final team at the end. We're going to go all over the place, but I do think we have to start with hitting, James, even though you're a pitching guy. I think the hitting's going to keep the people in. The people will stay for the pitching towards the end. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Windup for more baseball content. We appreciate all you guys. We appreciate all the members who get access to the videos early. Want to go position by position?
Yeah, we should go, of course, position by position.
All right, so let's start the catcher position. I think there's a bunch of options. A lot of Americans play catcher. My two that I'm leaning towards, I think that one of Cal Raleigh and Will Smith will be on this team again. I think I'm leaning more Cal Raleigh just because he is a little bit younger than Will Smith. And then I do think Drake Baldwin probably finds his way onto this team too, right?
I like Baldwin. I like Langoliers. I also like the fact that if some people say no, I think guys like Dylan Dingler and Patrick Bailey, who are defensive wizards, when this lineup is going to be full of monster hitters. Like, that seems to me, if they can't get, again, the two superstars that are on this team, how they kind of handle the next one.
Yeah, which probably isn't the worst case scenario, but I think if we're aiming for the top tier, I'm leaning Cal Raleigh, Drake Baldwin.
Yeah, it's fair as me. I don't know why Will Smith wouldn't go, though.
He's like 35. I don't know. Maybe, like, again, I don't think the age matters as much in the WBC. You're playing 2 weeks of baseball. But maybe just at that time, he's like the 8th best catcher, and these guys are still towards the top.
I guess probably it's just boring to be like, the same guys in this one are going to be the next one.
Yeah, I mean, I even if we're not going to pick Cal Raleigh, Shea Langoliers is probably the next guy, or like you mentioned, a Dingler, Patrick Bailey.
Yeah, something like that, but same ideas.
First base, I mean, I feel like the obvious one's your boy.
I think it's going to be Nick Kurtz. I almost can't believe it wasn't him on this one. I think he's better than Bryce Harper, and all Bryce Harper's been doing is going around poo-pooing the tournament. Like, I don't even know why he's on this team.
Has he really been?
Yeah, he's here. He said today, it's like, oh, no, this is fun, but it'll never be the Olympics.
What?
You didn't hear him say that? That was all over Twitter the last 2 days.
Ew, what a bad take. Why is he on the team then?
As I'm saying, like, he's like, oh, yeah, this is okay. It's kind of fun. But like,
is it because he's not playing well? Because I would have thought that Bryce Harper would love this kind of tournament.
I mean, I think he's very prideful in his Americanness, but I think this, no matter what, this is still Nick Kurtz next time.
Yeah, I think so. Even like considering some of the other first basemen, I feel like they're just kind of aging out at that point where like a backup first baseman can end up being similar to like Paul Goldschmidt is right now. Like, that could be a Pete Alonso. That could be one of like the older guys, and it would probably have to be a right-handed bat too.
I'll say this: if it would have been Pete last time, it might have been him this time. It seems like he wasn't. It seems like he might not have been asked back.
Yeah, it seems like he wasn't invited back. Also, like, I mean, Bryce Harper's going to play over him.
Oh, so my other bold take for this one, it could be, if he doesn't feel like playing a Team Dominican, Ben Rice.
Oh, Ben Arroz?
Ben Arroz.
I like that.
He's a guy who's ascending. He'll be about 30 by then, like very much in his prime. If he continues to be the Yankees starting first baseman, he'll be very famous, and he's just going to mash.
Yeah, he is a very good hitter. I like that as a fun little like extra pick too. Second base is where we can get weird because you could just put a shortstop there. I'm going to give Bryce Terang the benefit of the doubt. I think he's just going to be one of the best second basemen in baseball over the next few years. He's low-key young, too. He's like 26 years old. Yeah. The changes that he made to his swing last season in 2025, I think, are legit. I think that's just going to be the player that he is. And if he continues to be that kind of hitter, the glove is so good, that's probably just a smart pick to be your second baseman.
I think probably. There's also, I could see Nico Horner coming back onto this team if he's not in a contract year and he's still near the top of his game. Your boy Bryson Stott, I can always see him coming onto this roster for defense and speed. My fun pick, though, who I actually think could be the guy that gets on this team in 4 years because it's like a head-on-fire player you love in a tournament, Luke Keeschel.
Oh, yeah, that is a guy.
Like, Luke Keeschel will be fun in this. And also, on a similar ilk, if we see Matt McClain revert back to a little bit more of 2023 Matt McClain, he could definitely be an option as well.
You also have Jackson Holliday, who's young and should be a lot better at that point. I also think if we're looking at some of the prospects, too, this could be a Kevin McGonigal spot.
Yeah. Oh, if he's actually second baseman by then. I forgot about McGonigal.
Which he definitely could be a second baseman by then.
Jeez, McGonigal's so good. McGonigal probably does find his way into this team eventually.
Especially because, like, if he is going to be a guy who can play second, short, and even a little bit of third.
Yeah.
Team USA always does this thing, and you saw it with Ernie Clement this year. You saw it with Jeff McNeil in the past. You need a utility guy. It really does free up the roster to be, like, super aggressive in-game.
Could be a guy like J.J. Weatherall, too, then, in the same ilk, because he'll be able to play all three infield positions. Also, shout out to Ernie Clement. I know, like, USA, at the time we're recording this, had an easy time in their first few games. Him hustling out that ball on Friday night was a real big change in the momentum when it was like kind of dicey in the fifth inning.
Yeah, a little too close.
Too dicey.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a player like that, but I do think Bryce Terang right now is probably the favorite in the clubhouse.
Definitely. Even just to mention more prospects who will be in this as we move on to shortstop now, middle infield mix, Colt Emerson and Aiden Miller in 4 years. Other guys who I'm sure will have experience in multiple infield positions that would be fun to have there.
Yeah, because shortstop, there's so many options. It's kind of crazy. Bobby Witt Jr. is clearly still going to be that guy. I would be shocked if it's not Bobby Witt Jr. You also have Gunnar Henderson, who could be that guy, which is crazy.
You have Connor Griffin, who will be that guy too.
I think there's a world where my boy Rock Chalowski could be there too, just because like 4 years from now, they do like to get some fun, aggressive picks with this Team USA stuff, especially for the guys who are more on the bench again. I don't think Rock will be a starting guy here, but the fact that he might probably go between short, second, and third is another reason why I'd consider him.
I'll say this though. It seems like this is a year they're taking it a bit more seriously because they want to win. I think that if USA wins this tournament, a lot of these veterans might not play just to let someone else take a spot. But like Bobby Witt will be, I want to be on this team again next time if you don't win. But if you do win, then again, maybe you see like Zach Neto, Jacob Wilson, who other guys get those spots. We also forgot Jared Triolo, who could be the utility guy.
Yes, Jared Triolo could be the utility guy.
Perfect for that. But like that'll really determine this roster in 4 years.
Third base, we have Alex Bregman right now. I don't think it'll be Alex Bregman in 4 years. I would be kind of surprised, again, unless Mark DeRosa is the guy, and just he loves hitting Alex Bregman too in this absolutely studded lineup. He's like, you're the second hitter on this team, which makes no sense to me. This could also be where Gunnar Henderson plays. I think third base is very weak in terms of Americans right now. Could be Austin Riley. I don't think I'd be shocked if he bounced back and became one of the better third basemen again in baseball to take the third base spot for Team USA, but I am just kind of leaning towards one of the shortstops.
Yeah, definitely. Also, just give a little bit of credit to our guy, Brett Beatty.
You know what's crazy? I thought about him. You want to know why? Because if Brett Beatty plays the outfield well this year and plays a little first base, third base, second base, first base, corner, outfield, he is on Team USA in 2030 if he does the outfield well this year.
Also, like maybe if Jordan Westbrook's ever healthy enough for like 2 straight seasons, like he could easily be the guy who's like, oh yeah, we trust him as a third baseman for Team USA.
Colt Emerson very well could also be a third baseman for this team, just because that might end up as his defensive home. Is there any other prospect guys we're missing out on?
I mean, like how much you like Brock Wilken? I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't think enough to be like a guaranteed over the shortstops.
Andrew Fisher, his future likely comes more at first base, but he's playing in the World Baseball Classic now, and he's playing well. He can switch teams.
Yeah,
he can move over there. But it's not the best position right now.
All right, let's move to the outfield now. Left field, I'm going Roman Anthony.
I was gonna say, I'm outfield agnostic. I don't care about their outfield positions. We're just here to get outfielders.
Fine, let's just name outfielders that we think could be on this team, and then we'll pick our like 5.
Yeah, for sure. I really think Roman Anthony's a great pick. I think Kyle Stowers could be a pick in a few years.
I like that.
Hoping for James Wood. We'll see if that winds up happening. I mean, there's Jackson Merrill. There's just a lot of really good young American outfielders.
It really will come down to like who's hot the year before, truthfully. Like
who's famous, who's hot, who depending on where guys are in their contract situation. Like I think that's actually James Wood's contract year, so maybe he doesn't play in that.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I did have him on my bench list as like a guy that should probably be on this team, but it depends, I guess, how he does.
Also, Corbin Carroll hopefully is healthy at the next World Baseball Classic. I'd like him to be in this tournament because he's super fun. Kyle Tucker, probably too much of a wet napkin to do it.
PCA, I think, probably still finds his way onto this team. He feels meant for it. Yeah.
Wyatt Langford will be on this team at some point.
Max Clark could be the PCA on this one.
I'd love to have Max Clark on this team. I want Max Clark on this team, and I want Dan Clark streaming every single game.
But I think those are good outfield options because, again, like we're in a spot where I don't think a lot of like the mid-30s guys are going to be there, but I know we didn't mention Aaron Judge, but that's because I'm putting him at DH. I think there's kind of almost no way that he's not going to be the DH for this team.
I didn't mention Judge because, again, I feel like if this team wins this tournament, which I think they have a very good chance to, a guy like Judge is like, I got my victory. Like, now let me let someone else try and get on this team. But also, just for the sake of the argument, because we've been throwing prospects into this, your boy Walker Jenkins, Carson Bench, like these are the kinds of guys who can get onto this team. There's a big time. Who's the college baseball outfielder this year who's supposed to be like third pick behind Chalowski and LeBron? What's his name? Is he A&M?
Oh, man.
I rely on you for the college baseball here.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that question.
All right, that's fair. No worries. No worries. I got to get ready.
And then bench guys want to just pick 4 guys for the bench?
Yeah, sure. I mean, who's our utility guys? Is it Beatty or Triolo?
Yeah, give me Brett Beatty all day. Beatty's going to be a utility guy. How about, like, want to just have some weird picks? Like, Brett Beatty's going to be one of our bold picks that could be on this team for sure.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe Jared Triolo's the other bold one. Let's come up with, like, 2 more bold guys where you're like, you're not thinking about them right now, but I see a world where they get on this team.
I mean, like Ernie Clement again. But who's the next Ernie Clement? Is that what you're trying to kind of say?
Yeah, who's the next Ernie Clement? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It probably is Jared Triolo, but
he smells like the next Ernie Clement. Caleb Durbin could be the next Ernie Clement.
Could be,
He could be one of those guys. Like Xavier Edwards could be an Ernie Clement in 4 years for Team USA. Like that's kind of where my brain's going for that crew.
Is there anybody else that I'm thinking about?
I mean, man, just keep thinking about utility players.
I know. I feel like the utility player is kind of
Colt Keith, he's kind of just bad at a lot of positions. But like,
it's just he doesn't really have a position. That's kind of his thing.
That might be key. That honestly also might be Keishel.
Could be your boy Keishel.
Because Keishel's not a great second base defender as of right now. Like, that could be where he winds up. I mean, number one Patriot could be Matt Shaw.
Could be Matt Shaw.
If he gets to the next level, he could be like a super duper utility guy.
Yeah,
like
just play every infield
like
position.
hot, like he could be like a 4-WAR utility player. Like, that's definitely in his future, possibly.
It is pretty crazy how loaded these teams can be, by the way.
Right? Like, the fact that we're naming these guys like last guys to the bench, you're like, damn, these could be like fringe all-stars.
These are guys who might not be playing on this, who might not be good enough to make the Team USA rosters crazy, and they're like top 10 in their position.
Someone like, imagine Cody Clemens.
Cody Clemens.
If Cody Clemens catches on with a winner in the next 2 years, like, he could have like the persona to get into this team.
Yeah, all right. That's the offense. I think those are some decent names. The pitching's where we're gonna really get crazy because if they go full potential, let's talk about starting pitchers first.
Okay, full potential is like, all right.
Full potential. I mean, let's just run back Skeens and Skubal at the top, right? Like, I mean, those guys should be here in 4 years.
Full potential: Skeens, Skubal, Nolan McClain, Logan Gilbert, Garrett Crochet, Brian Wu, Hunter Brown, Kyle
Jacob
Bradish.
Mizorowski.
Yeah, Miz. I have Miz lower on this
Cole
list.
Reagans.
Yeah, Reagans. But Reagans is just like, are you ever going to be healthy, dude?
Like, it's insane how good this pitching is. But
41-year-old DeGrom.
Yeah, 41-year-old DeGrom. He could be the Clayton Kershaw of this team where he's retired from baseball, but he's pitched in the WBC because he loves ball.
I was trying to find, like, I have a lot of young pitchers I wanted to mention to possibly get on this team. A guy like Gavin Williams, Emmett Sheehan, Bubba Chandler, and you said Miz, you Savage, Schlittler, Horton.
Yeah, those guys will all be fighting for spots.
I kind of wanted to find the next, like, Chad Innings either for Team USA.
Because they're always going to have just like, this guy's on the roster? Like, really?
Yeah. And I think, like, I'm going to call my shot now. It's such a weird pick.
Oh, I can't wait.
Chad Patrick.
Chad Patrick's going to be the Clay Holmes? He's going to be the Michael
like
Wacha?
That, something in between, or even possibly even like Reed Detmers. I think Detmers going to have a big year this year. He's going to be one of my breakout pitchers this season.
He's your Matt Boyd?
He might be my Matt Boyd. Mitch Keller could be like the Kershaw.
Yeah, could. I mean, he'll be like still a lot younger, but yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, Kershaw's what, 37 right now?
Is he only 37?
38? Kershaw's way younger than you think.
That's great. Why do I think he started with like a 4?
I mean, because you kind of put him in the line with all the other guys. Clayton Kershaw right now is 37 years old. He's turning 38 in 10 days, so yeah. But
I mean, that's crazy still.
I remember seeing that this offseason. I was like, what?
Kind of hit me. I wasn't ready for that.
You want another one at Chad Innings either? Next Michael Wacha?
Yeah.
Adrian Hauser.
Ew, stop. How old is he?
31?
Okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, Michael Wacha's like 35, right?
That's what I'm saying. The guys who profile just be like, I'm gonna pitch against Team Brazil in 4 years.
Yeah, who could be our Lance Lynn, our Merrill Kelly of a couple years ago?
Stephen Kolek.
Ooh, Stephen Kolek getting mentioned in the Team USA video is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, guys like that, like Brandon Sproat, like these kind of guys who just kind of wind up like sitting with the 55% ground ball rates as SP3s, SP4s the next few years.
I'm really going through these like rotations right now, trying to think of another like super funny name. I mean, Justin Steele could be that guy.
Justin Steele's good though.
I know, but like in 4 years from now, Justin Steele could look a little different than he does right now.
Yeah, he definitely could.
He could be Chad Innings eater.
Matt, I want to mention our boy Cade Cavalli as well.
Yeah.
A huge Cade Cavalli channel. Like, he's a guy who could be on there. Just again, to give credit for the last year, we got so many good pitcher debuts. And some of these guys are going to ascend to being some of the best pitchers in the league. Like we said, Chandler, Mizorowski, McClain, Savage, Schlittler, Cade Horton. Like, that's a squad right there. That could just be the rotation.
No mention of your boy Wu.
I have Brian Wu. I mentioned him at the top.
Oh, you mentioned him? I thought you didn't mention him.
Oh, I said Gilbert, Crochet, Wu, Hunter Brown, Bradish.
Could be George Kirby. Could be the Chad Innings eater at this point.
I purposely left George Kirby off this list because he just doesn't seem like a guy who'd be into this.
It just doesn't seem patriotic.
He just doesn't seem that like George Kirby is so intense and so methodical about maybe like when he has the super contract, because he will have that by the time this tournament rolls around.
Yeah,
maybe like I like Gavin Williams to be one of these guys too. Like, he could take a step, and like I have some young demons too if you want to hear him.
Yeah, let's hear him.
Favorite pitching prospects? I forgot Chase Burns too with the sophomore pitchers.
Could play for Italy.
Yeah, he could play for Italy. He could play for Italy for this one. You know how much I love Troy Melton. I'm ready for that guy to ascend. Jackson Joe will be back and healthy. The Marlin lefty pair, Thomas White and Robbie Snelling. One of those guys will be on this team, or at least both those guys will have the opportunity if they want to be on this team. Andrew Painter as well. I think he's being slept on a bit. And then minor leaguers right now, my favorite. Kyson Witherspoon, Ryan Sloan.
Nice. I thought about Ryan Sloan.
Jackson Wiggins.
Okay.
And Cade Anderson.
Yeah, Cade, I mean, all those picks feel pretty good.
Cade Anderson, I think he said when he got drafted, he didn't know where Seattle was on the map.
What?
That seems like he could be a Patriot.
That's real?
It was been floating around one of my fantasy baseball group chats.
That he didn't know where Seattle was on a map.
I think he said he had to find it on the map. Yeah,
Is that worse for Kate Anderson or worse for LSU?
it's worse for Seattle.
Worse for Seattle. It's not even bad for those two. It's bad for Seattle.
Because Kate Anderson's a Southern boy. Like he's not going to Seattle. He's not going to Washington.
You don't need to go somewhere to know where it is.
No, I mean, yeah, for sure. But like, I think it's possible.
It's possible, yeah. All right, now we got to talk about some bullpen guys. This is actually where I had the hardest time. The only one I know who's going to be there, James, friend of the channel, friend of yours, Dave Bednar will be on the 2030 Team USA.
If Dave Bednar's right arm is functional, he'll be on this team.
Yes, that one I know is a lock.
He loves America. I think also someone that will be a lock. I know this one it got a little iffy for, but Griffin Jacks.
You think so? Oh, yeah.
Patriot.
Air Force. Yeah.
Patriot.
I like that.
I think we'll still see Mason Miller. Like, why not?
Yep, I had Mason Miller on my list as well.
I like Trevor McGill for the next one.
Ooh,
We'll see how the arm winds up. And then
Could like Tyler McGill if he goes to the bullpen, too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, our boy Mason Montgomery to be the lefty destroyer.
I like that. That's fun. Could be the Gary Clevenger.
Could be Gary Clevenger. Grant Taylor.
Ooh, Grant
Right?
Taylor could be fun. In this format, just 3 innings, bang.
Like 4 years from now, Montgomery and Grant Taylor, we could look at them as like the best stuff in baseball.
They're pretty close to it already.
And then like just guys who I think are going to settle in to be like amazing setup men for the next 4-ish years. Brian Baker. I think I like Jake Bird a lot. Matt Swanson.
Oh, from the Cardinals.
Yep. I mean, honestly, the whole Cardinals pen. Is Riley O'Brien, is he Canadian?
I think he's playing on Korea.
Yeah, I think he is playing a Team Korea. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so leave him out of there. I want one shout out. First time on the windup. Our boy, Ryan Lambert.
Yeah, Ryan Lambert on there. Put him on there. He throws 102.
And then again, you kind of still need Chad innings eaters in the bullpen. So I wanted to get one older guy who doesn't throw very hard.
Wait, can I think about who this could be?
Yeah.
One older guy who doesn't throw hard, that'll be a Chad guy. Is he a reliever right now, or is he a starter that would be used in relief?
He's a reliever right now.
He's a reliever right now. That's more of a Chad innings eater old guy. What team?
Right now, I think he's on the Cubs now, if I'm not mistaken. Moved teams this offseason.
Is that going to be Hunter Harvey?
No, Hunter Harvey's not a Chad innings either. Hunter Harvey's 100 miles an hour until it falls
Phil
off.
Maton?
Phil Maton.
Oh, Philly Maton.
I think that could be a guy in a team like this in 4 years. Luke Weaver, similar idea.
I could see Luke Weaver too. Feels like
Yeah.
a guy. But I think he loves his family. He might want that off-season time.
Yeah, probably. But I think a lot of players going to see the way this World Baseball Classic tournament is this time and be like, whoa, I want to be a part of that.
Because relatively speaking, this World Baseball Classic rocks.
I'm glued to it every single day. I literally can't stop watching it.
I couldn't care less about spring training right now.
We're
getting good, meaningful baseball on March 8th when we're recording this. That's fantastic. I think like 2023 was good because that was like coming off of COVID stuff. There was some hype because it had been a while since the last World Baseball Classic. It was good. You got the Mike Trout Ohtani moment, which kind of put a lot more eyes on it than it even had in prior. And now it's absolutely on fire.
It's going, and I think something so cool about this tournament is that we're seeing all these different venues and ballparks where these teams are playing.
Yeah.
Like watching Team Puerto Rico have a walk-off home run in Puerto Rico. Like watching Shohei Ohtani hit that grand slam in the Tokyo Dome. It's like, this is awesome. Like you lose that with a lot of other national tournaments, like things like the Olympics and the World Cup that have one main site. Like it's amazing to have all these guys together in one spot, but to have these home crowd pops when these things are happening is special.
I think it's also really cool to see the improvements of all the countries from the previous World Baseball Classic. Like Australia was a surprise team. They're playing good baseball again. Chinese Taipei has gotten better and better every single World Baseball Classic. Shout out Taiwan. Even like the Czech Republic, they stink, but they're getting better. That's a country that's like, played baseball for 10 years?
Italy, Canada, Team Israel. Like these are all teams that have way better talent than they had 3 years ago.
Nicaragua is not getting crushed every single game.
Brazil kind of is, but like there's still some excitement in these teams. Like the stories that we're getting about like Joseph Contreras and Lucas Ramirez, their major league families. Like it's super fun just to watch all this happen. And I think by far the best thing is how much all these fans are into these games.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch. I'm about to be in Miami in a couple days to start going to some games. I cannot wait.
Like when the old heads talk about the fact that it's like a glorified exhibition, but then you watch the fans in the Dominican Republic for an exhibition game jump up and down like it's like Oprah Winfrey gave everyone a car. It's like the passion is undeniable. Like I got my girlfriend into it watching it. Like she's like, these guys are fun.
Same with me. Like it's just once you start getting people who have no interest in baseball interested in it, that's how you know it's working. Because relatively speaking, baseball is not the most exciting sport if you're not a fan.
No, like seeing the videos also the DR guys like in the clubhouse like dancing and like going crazy like this. They want it so badly, and that's so fun.
The players caring makes the fans care. And that's what's made this tournament a huge success is that, like, as terrible as it sounds, and I guess it'll be kind of my last thing, like, seeing Team Nicaragua lose to the Netherlands and the way that those guys were devastated. That hurt my heart. I have no allegiance to either of those teams. And I was like, wow, this means a lot. And that's how this tournament gets more and more popular.
Literally, as we're recording this, James Paxton blew a game for Canada against Panama. Yeah, still I'm excited to watch the last few innings of that game. But, like, these guys are wearing it right now. And Team Canada's team looks like they could actually make noise if they were able to advance. Like, so a loss like that hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. Team Puerto Rico got their backups and they hit a walk-off home run, like you said, in Francisco Lindor's on Instagram.
It's FaceTiming.
Screaming watching the game. It's cool. We'd love to know who you guys think is going to make Team USA in 2030 down in the comment section below. Subscribe to The Windup. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draft Nick Mark. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.